Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to talk about the nature of any quadratic equation. Okay. So if we'll take any quadratic equation, it can be written in the general form like this: ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay. So now first I will tell you how to determine whether the graph will be upward or your graph will be downward like this. So this all depend on the nature of the value of a. If your a is greater than 0, your graph will be upward. Okay, if your a is less than 0, your graph will be downward. Okay, so let's check with some examples. Suppose I have a equation, quadratic equation, like minus 2x square minus 3x plus 4 equal to 0. And you have another quadratic equation like y equal to, you can left them equal to 0 because we have already written y equal to the quadratic equation. So y equal to 3x square plus 4x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so now we will check what is the coefficient of x square. So here for the first equation, the coefficient of x square is negative. So your a is less than 0, so your graph will be downward. Okay, now here if you check, your a is greater than 0, so the graph of the quadratic equation will be upward. So a decides whether your graph will be upward or downwards. So now I will talk about the nature of the roots. So in the previous session we have talked about how to solve any quadratic equation, and we used factorization methods, we used graphical methods, minus b formula, and the completing the square method. So now I will talk about mainly the minus b formula. So the formula to solve any quadratic equation, which is given in this form, is x equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. So you are familiar with this equation. Now if you solve any quadratic equation, so if you solve any quadratic equation, suppose I have one quadratic equation and I'm getting the value of x equal to 1 and I'm getting x equal to minus 3. Okay, and then you have another quadratic equation, you are getting x equal to 2, and again the second root is also 2. And in some, if you have any third quadratic equation and you are not getting any value using the calculator, okay, that is showing you the syntax error. So these roots are called real. These roots are real and different. You can see that one of them is 1 and another is minus 3. And if you check with the second one, these roots are also real roots, but they are equal. And here you are not getting any roots, so this is called imaginary roots. So now we are going to talk about real roots with different, the real roots with equal roots, and the imaginary roots. Okay, so the first one is when you will have a real and different roots. And here I forgot to tell you that everything is decided by this quantity minus b square minus 4ac. So the nature of the roots is decided by b square minus 4ac, and this is called b square minus 4ac, and this is called your discriminant, and it is written as d. So discriminant decides whether you will get real and different roots or real and equal roots or imaginary roots. So if when you will get real and different roots, if your d is greater than 0, then you will get real and different roots. Okay, Now if your d is equal to 0, you will get, then also you will get real, but and it will be equal. If your d is less than 0, then in that case you will get imaginary roots. Now there is another sub part. If your d is a perfect square, then you will get rational roots. I will talk about this one also. So here we have, here we have only mainly three things. That is, what is, if your d is greater than 0, you will get real and different. If your d is equal to 0, you will get real and equal. And if your d is less than 0, you will get imaginary. And this is the sub part of the first one. If your d is a perfect square, then you will get a rational roots. So we will work on it and we will check when we are getting the real or imaginary roots. Okay, so the first question is 2x square minus 9x plus 4. So firstly I will check whether what is my a. So a is your greater than 0, so your graph will be upward. That is the first thing. Okay, now your a is 2, your b is minus 9, and your c is 4. Now we are going to find the discriminant. Okay, so discriminant d is always equal to b square minus 4ac, and I will check what is my discriminant. So b square is minus 9 square minus 4a, a is your 2 and your c is 4. So this is your d. If you will further solve this, you will get d is equal to 81 minus 32. Okay, you can check with your calculator and you will get 49. So what is this? 49 is always greater than 0, which means your d is greater than 0. So that means you'll get real and different roots. Hope that is clear to you. Okay, now what does it mean graphically? Okay, so we know that my graph will be upward. That is the first thing. The graph of this equation will be upward because a is greater than 0. So your graph, if this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis, your graph will be upward. Okay, now it is real and different root. What that mean on the graph? It means that the graph of the quadratic equation, is cutting the x-axis at 2 points, different points. We know that root means your y is 0, so it means that where the graph is cutting the x-axis. So here the condition is they are real and they are different. Okay, so we can see that these are the real number and also the roots are different. So this graph demonstrates the real and different roots. Okay, now I will talk about the second thing, which is real and equal roots. So here also I will check. I know that a is greater than 0. Okay, so the graph will be upward. That is the first case. It's better to identify whether you are getting upward or downward graph. Okay, so now here a equal to 9, b equal to minus 12 and c equal to 4. So if you solve for discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac, so you will get b square is your minus 12 square minus 4 into a, which is 9, and c, which is 4. If you solve this, your discriminant will be 1 4 4, and that if you multiply them, you will get 1 4 4. So here you are getting your discriminant as 0. So when discriminant is 0, you will get real and equal roots. That is my second condition. Okay, now the next thing is, what does it mean graphically? Okay, so let's plot it graphically. Okay, so these are real roots. So if you plot like this is upward, that is first condition is satisfied. It is real also, this condition is satisfied, but this condition is not satisfied. They are not equal. So I have to plot, this plot is not right because here the roots are different. So you have to plot something like this. The graph should touch x-axis. Touching means the both roots are on the same point. So when you have real and equal roots, your graph will always touch x-axis. So maybe you can get a graph like this. Okay, that is also true, because here we don't know the exact value of roots. Just here we are guessing whether roots will be equal or not. So these two are the condition for equal roots. So if anytime if you are getting the roots as equal, the graph should just touch the x-axis. Okay, so this is wrong, but these two are the right. Okay, so hope you understand this reals and equal roots. Now I will move to the third part where we will get imaginary roots. Okay, now if you solve, here we know that the graph is upward. Okay, that is the first thing. Okay, now your a is 2, your b is 5, and your c is 4. So let's find out the discriminant of this quadratic equation. So d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Okay, so d is equal to, what is b? B is your 5, so the 5 whole square minus 4, a is your 2, and the c is your 4. So let's solve this. D is equal to 25, and if you solve this, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 4 is 32. So you are getting basically d is equal to minus 7. Here your discriminant is negative, which means you are getting imaginary roots. Okay, now this is all about the imaginary roots, but now we will check what does it means graphically. The first thing, we know that my graph will be upward. Okay, whether it will touch the graph, whether it will cut the x-axis, no, because it's not real. Whether it will touch, no, it is not real. So it means that the graph will be something like this. It will never touch the x-axis. Okay, maximum it can go like this. Okay, so these are the graph for any imaginary roots. Okay, we can see that the graph is not touching the x-axis and the graph is upward. That's why I have plotted it. In some cases you will get downward, but for that your a should be lesser than 0. So right now we don't have this condition, we have a greater than 0. So that's why we have plotted these three graphs. So this is all about the imaginary roots. Now there is another thing which is a sub part of the first one, when you will get the rational roots. Okay, so rational roots is also a part of real roots. So if your d is a perfect square of anything, any number, like if you'll get your d as, here also a is greater than 0, if you'll get a d as 1, 4, 1, 4 and 9, so they are the perfect, and you can write 16, because 1 is a perfect square of 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. If d is your something like this number, you will get a real roots and rational. It will be a rational root, which means that, what is the difference between the rational and real? In real roots, everything can come. Your x value can be 1 plus root 3 over 2, and another can be x is equal to 1 minus root 3 over 2. So these are the real number. Okay, and if you write x is equal to 2 and another x is equal to minus 1 over 4, this is the rational number. Okay, because a rational number is a sub part of, it is a part of real number. So real number is a bigger quantity, like it is a universe. Real number is universe and rational number is something like earth, which is a part of a real number. So real number always look like x is equal to minus 2 over 4, x is equal to 5 over 2. These are the rational number, but real number can be like under root 49. 3 is also real number. These are also real number. Don't get confused. These are also real number. Okay, because the real number is everything. Real number cover everything except the imaginary number, but rational number only takes fractions, negative or positive. It doesn't take under root. So hope you understand when we are going to get real and different roots, when we will have a discriminant greater than 0, and the graphically it means that the curve will cut the x-axis 2 times. If you have a real and equal roots, then your discriminant b square minus 4ac should be equal to 0, and graphically it means that the graph should touch the x-axis. And if you have the discriminant lesser than 0, which means if you have discriminant something like in negative quantity, you will get imaginary roots. For that case, your graph will never touch the x-axis. It can be upward or downward, but it will never touch the x-axis depending on the question. Now if you have a rational root, it means that your d is a perfect square. So your d will be like 1, 4, 9, 16, 64, something like that. If you are getting something like that, then you will get a rational roots. And hope you understand what is difference between rational and real. Real is everything. It takes the surds, good number, integer, whole number, everything. But rational number always takes fractions, negative, either negative or positive, including 0 also. So that's all for this session. Hope if you like this video, you can like this, press the like button and subscribe the channel for the next video.